it's Water Dragon here. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for spending time with me today. My husband is... How many sentences start off nicely like that? My husband's terrible, my husband's this. No, I'm very fortunate enough to have a lovely supportive partner in my life, and I was having a chat to him about what I do on my channel, what interests me, that kind of stuff, and he thought it might be fun, and I agree, to have a mystery unboxing once a month. So what's going to happen is that each month he purchases on my behalf either a tarot or an oracle deck. I've got absolutely no clue what it is. He's just going to intuitively select it based on what he thinks that I might like or might be of interest, or perhaps fill a gap in my collection. And then I'm going to open it here on YouTube. So when I open it, it will be a complete mystery for me. It'll be a complete surprise. I've got literally no idea what is inside inside the packet. So I hope you'll stay tuned. This will be an ongoing segment on my channel, hopefully monthly, provided that he continues to, you know, purchase them for me. Yeah, so let's dive in. So this box has indeed been opened, but I assure you it's not been opened by myself. He was a bit concerned that they might have actually sent two in one box, which is exciting for me because that means that there's more coming. So I'll be able to do this again next month. But there's most definitely just one here in the box, and I haven't bothered taping it up or anything like that. I knew that I could trust myself not to peek. But yes, this will be a complete surprise to me. So let's do it. Oh, that is awesome. I don't have this one, and I think it was actually on my list. I've got a very a long, continuously updating and, you know, things being checked off list, and yeah, I seem to have far more tarot decks in my collection than I do oracle decks, but yeah, I wanted to get some more oracle decks, so this is really great. Nice. Okay, I'll open it up. He knows that I like anything animal related as well, so that's handy. So this is the Druid Animal Oracle deck by Philip and Stephanie carr-goom. Illustrated by Bill Worthington. I think I've got another one of his decks somewhere. Oh, it's so pretty already. Look at the eagle. Or the hawk, I should say. It's got a nice size booklet inside. It's a paper booklet, but nothing wrong with that. And by paper, I mean, of course they're all paper. They're not like a strawberry or anything, but yes, it's not your usual sort of soft or hardback book. And it goes through and it's got the name of each card, and the keywords and the pronunciation that goes along with the druidic name of the animal. So this is quite cool. Druidism interests me, but it's not something I've ever actually studied or I don't really know anything about it. So this will be very interesting to sink my teeth into. Oh, the cards are so pretty. They're a lovely size too. I like really quite large oracle cards. My only bugbear is the big thick borders. If I ever get some kid-free time, I think I'll trim them down, because the actual illustrated border around, is that even focusing? There we go. Around the edge is really quite nice. So it'd be good to see that just on its own. There's some really nice symbolism mixed in with the cards, and my understanding of some of these symbols is very limited, but I think once you grasp that, it would be really quite handy to have in the card. They're very deeply illustrated. The image sort of draws you in to a landscape which is far deeper than the foreground. Really, really pretty. Oh, look at the little dandelions just popping up at the bottom of this one, the ball card. What I really like about these type of decks is it's quite far removed from what we have in the Australian environment. We don't have a lot of these animals. We've got a completely unique set of animals in Australia. Yeah, so it's quite fun to get a grasp of what exists in more European countries. Look at the owl with all the little pendants hanging down, sort of hidden around the image. Boy, I would not mess with that cat. Oh. And all the little spawn, the little tadpoles down the bottom of this one. It's really nice. So it's quite, yeah, really quite layered imagery. Yeah, but Bill Worthington is a very, very talented artist. I wish I had, you know, a 15th of his talent. My stick figures are still really, really hard to interpret. Wolf. That'll be my husband's favourite card. He's obsessed with wolves. Always has been, ever since he was little. And so cardstock wise, they're not hugely thick. They're definitely a comfortable sort of shuffling thickness without being too flimsy, and it's more of a matte finish, so it doesn't have that shine, which is good because sometimes that can ruin a photo. Like if I'm taking a photo of a nice spread, that sort of lens flare that you can get from the more plastic coated cards can be a bit frustrating. Oh, have you ever seen so cute as these tiny little baby sows? No. Little piggy wiggies. Ain't nobody messing with that bull. No, no, no. That's a spectacular bee. I love that as a bee image. That's really special. Well, he has done quite well for a deck that he's intuitively selected. He definitely knows my tastes, which is good. He did surprise me with a few other decks recently, and I think he was purchasing them because they were sort of interest to him, or he thought they might be interesting to me, and I'm glad that I have them in my collection, but I probably wouldn't have purchased them just on their own, so this is good. I think third time lucky. And look! What a dragon! Oh, an earth dragon, an air dragon, and fire dragon. That's cool. Isn't that just the most freaking adorable seal in existence? Look at the rainbow in the background. I want to live inside this picture. Ah, so nice. And I probably have to read the booklet, but there's 3 blank cards. So let's see if I can find out quickly what that's about. It doesn't mention them at first glance. Maybe that's if you lose a card, you can still write down the card that you're missing, and you know that that's your deck is still complete, I suppose, if one gets damaged. Yeah, this is nice. Cool, cool. I'm really excited about that. And the card size is, if I got handy, I mean, really large. This is the Sacred Rebels Oracle. Size comparison. You can see that. It's basically the same size card except for the white borders. So that makes it a bit bigger. Yeah, but if you trimmed it down, it'd be the same size. I've got a few other Oracle decks with really quite big cards. I'll just compare sizes, just out of interest. Okay, so this is from the Animalkin Oracle by Sarah Wilder of Fifth Element Life. Lost my cushion. And I thought they were really big cards, but check it out. They're not in comparison. What else? I'll compare it to Cheryl and Darcy's Australian Wildflower reading cards, because I've always found them quite large. No, that fits inside the card as well, just with the white borders. So you can see, having the white borders, it makes it really quite a bulky card. These are a tiny bit thinner. Oh, ooh, that's. I think the Druid Animal Oracle deck is just a tiny bit thicker, but the Australian Wildflower reading cards are glossy, so maybe that extra step creates a little bit of thickness. And oh yeah, the Flowers of the Night Oracle, also by Cheryl and Darcy, is the same size as the Australian Wildflower reading cards, but yeah, they just seem a lot bigger. See, fits inside quite nicely. So yeah, maybe I'll trim it. It's not hugely distracting. I mean, it frames them to a certain extent. I just don't quite understand the borders. I mean, I understand from like a printing point of view that it's nice to have that extra bleed space, so you're not cutting off part of the design, but it is kind of frustrating. I hear a lot of collectors talking about borders, you know, frequently, and some people are just completely enraged by borders. So maybe it's something for deck creators to keep in mind. I'm not really sure it adds anything much for like a user experience to have the borders. But yes, so I can't think of anything more to add to that besides I hope you enjoyed this first little mystery deck. There'll be more coming, fingers crossed, provided the decks continue coming. And yeah, I'll check back in with you in the next month, and you can join me and find out what this mystery deck is. Okay, you have a lovely X amount of period of time until I speak to you next, and yeah, I'll see you then. Bye.